And what is the answer to that question?
Living the dream. Anybody ask me how my day is or how work's going, that is always the answer. I am living the dream.
That's right. You're finally catching on. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm catching on pretty quick, but I mean, I'm kind of confused as to why the answer is always living the dream. I mean, what if I'm having a terrible, horrible day at work? I just feel like that's not living the dream, and I feel like there's more bad days than there are good sometimes right now, and I'm just not really sure telling people I'm living the dream is giving them the correct message.
Because it's simply the easiest answer, okay? Because you have to remember, even if it's a terrible, terrible time, a nightmare is still considered a dream, okay?
Okay, I mean, I guess, yeah, all right, I see where you're going with that, but what if I'm having a terrible day at work? Like horrible. Like, what am I supposed to do about that?
Okay, I'm actually glad you brought that up. We should have already covered this. So, if you're having a really bad day at work, what you're going to want to do is go cry by yourself in the porta-john for 10 minutes. And if you're not a crying type of person, what I advise you to do is open your bank account app and look at it. If that doesn't start, you make you cry, maybe you don't need this job. But odds are you probably do, okay? You can go in there and look at a picture of your family if you want to. Some guys here do that, and they take the full 10 minutes. Me, personally, I go in there, open the bank account app, takes me 3 minutes to realize I'm broke as fuck. I cry for about that extra 2, and I'm back out in 7 minutes. I mean, time management is key, so that's what I advise.
So you're going to sit here and tell me that, like, your whole entire plan is just to have a mild emotional breakdown at work during the middle of the day and then act like it didn't happen and get back to work. That's what your advice is?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
That's crazy, man. I didn't know you could do it at work. I've been doing it on the way to work this whole time. Like, on my way to work in every single morning, I'm just driving through the tears to make it through another 14-hour shift. I mean, I didn't know that people were doing it at work.
Yeah, man. See, I'm glad you brought this. I'm glad we're having this conversation. You cannot have an emotional crisis if you are not on the clock. That is not good for your personal time, okay? You need to save that for the fun stuff. You know, you gotta have the emotional breakdowns at work. At least you're getting paid for them there.
You know what? You're right. This is the best conversation. This is the best lesson I've learned so far. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go to the porta-john right now, and I'll be back in 4 minutes. You know why? Because when I open my mobile banking app, I ain't got that many numbers to look at. So I'm going to make this quick. This was a good talk.
You go enjoy yourself. And you know what? If anybody catches you coming out of there with a little moisture in your eyes, you remember you tell them it was the sting from the smell that made your eyes water. Don't forget that part.